Hello, my friends, and welcome to Neville and Chat. Here we explore, talk about everything related to or with Neville Goddard and his teachings. I am on my personal journey, and today is the 129th day of me being committed and following Neville Goddard. Here I will talk with you about everything that is happening in my life, how his teachings are shaping my life, and what is coming differently. So yes, I document how my life is changing. Yesterday I made a post for the Reddit or the subreddit, and it wasn't published because a mod thought that it should be clear, but in my opinion it's not as clear as it should be. So when I'm reading Neville, I've noticed that in the beginning he was talking a lot about sets, states akin to sleep, and how this state is changing the way or is the easiest way to get or to change our subconscious mind or talk with God. Then later on, when he was deeper into the idea of the promise, I think that he was talking about just using the imagination as effortlessly as possible, like just imagining fluidly and trusting that imagination. Because it seems to me that doing sets, like trying to do like an exercise session, after a certain period of time, it becomes harder for us to do that. Like it becomes like a chore, and it shouldn't be a chore. Neville is talking about, like later on in his speeches, that when he goes to sleep, he just imagines it, he imagines a person and wishes to that person like all the best, and wishes to the person to be feeling good, and to everything that the person desires is resolved. So that's what he's talking about. Regarding other things, I have noticed that in the morning it is becoming easier to put myself together. It is becoming easier to feel better and to actually get right into the mood, or trying to get into the mood of the wish accomplished. So that's good. So now I finished working, and my living situation is not ideal, and I had not a fight, but like I don't know how to call it, but a misunderstanding. And then I felt bad, and I felt bad because I am in this situation that I don't want to be in. And so I thought about how could I get out of this? How could and the 3D, in the 3D it's not possible, it's impossible, but in the 4D, in the world of the imagination, into the world of Neville Goddard, everything is possible. So I love that idea, and actually I went to just a short meditation, like 5 minutes, and tried to imagine myself being, or the I am meditation, and I've noticed that I calmed myself so much. So that's what I noticed, and in my opinion it's a good thing, and a lot has changed in my life since then, so that is clearly a success. But on the other side of things, I think that, one thing is to just feel better in the inside, and another thing is to get that into our 3D reality. And so that's what's bothering me right now in this time, on this time in my journey, how to put that together, how to trust it, how to just trust it. That's why I committed for a certain period of time, because that was the most difficult thing to do at the time, because I'm very analytical, very logical person, very sciencey person, so I wanted everything to be provable. And yes, we all know that Neville has the ladder experiment, and I'm not doing the ladder experiment, but I am experimenting with other stuff, and I am doing just as Neville said, just as he said, just put your imaginary hand on the right and put your imaginary hand on the left. Just do it without trying, like Yoda, remember. There is no try, you do or you do not. So you go into your imagination and you do what you want to do. If it is health, you go into your imagination and you are health. In your imagination, you are health. Remember, Neville said that if he was put into a dungeon, he would say that he would start to feel like free, like a bird, and he would be free. That's how much he trusted his imagination. And the hardest part here is trust. How to trust that, It's like, it's not that easy, like you imagine a ladder and then you go on the ladder and then, okay, that's happened. But what about the quotes big stuff, health, wealth, love, you want that right now. You don't want to wait, but we have to wait. That's a prerogative of Neville. And that's, my friends, very challenging, I was thinking about things that, okay, let's say that it is 100 or 1,000,000% true that what Neville is saying is the truth. Okay? And let's say that it does really work. So it should be, in a way, simple to use it, but not as simple as to misuse it. Like, for no reason at all, you imagine, I don't know, falling from a building and then you actually fall from a building. That wouldn't be practical. So it has to be something deeper than that. Of course, the best way to be like that, for this thing to work, would be like, you take a piece of paper, you write down 1,000 times, I don't know, I am health or I am wealth, and that's it. That's the code. That's what you have to do. Here it's much more like an art, a mastery. You have to feel it, you have to be there in the end, living in the end. I'm doing a little interesting thing right now. It's like, I'm going to talk about that further down the line, but I am actually trying to go into the end and being there and affirming from there. So maybe I'll talk a little bit later about for this. But yeah, okay. Clearly, that's not my best Neville and Chat at the moment. But it's okay, I just want to share with you how I feel every day, that every day it's not just sunshine and rainbows, but I can tell you that most of the time is I feel much better following Neville. Okay, so that's a plus, I guess. But let's read some of his quotes. This quote is from Your Fate is Your Fortune. Change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Then a quote from The Power of Awareness. To be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change. But your thoughts cannot change unless you have new ideas, for you think from your ideas. Here, that's why I think it's so important to start to think from the end and to start to believe that there is only one creator, that there is only imagination. All transformation begins with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. The first step in the renewing of the mind is desire. You must want to be different before you can begin to change yourself. Then you must make your future dream a present fact. Here you can read, you must make your future dream a present fact. It's not that this is not clear. Like, I must make my future dream a present fact. Okay, I have a future dream, something that is happening or could happen in the future, and now I make it a present fact. How can I do that? I mean, if you read that, it's not clear. It's not like sit down, take a piece of paper, write down, I am wealth, I am health, and that's that. That's clear. That this is much more artful. This is much more deep going. You do this by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Okay, I assume the feeling that my wish has come to fruition. I wish, this wish, assume, I am that. You do this by assuming, okay, by desiring to be other than that what you are, you can create an ideal of that. So, desire, being, the emness, interesting. Then, another quote from Be What You Wish. There is nothing wrong with our desire to transcend our present state. Yeah, I think that's true. It's, why should we be contempt and sit down and say, oh, okay, it's okay, I still have some other things, it's not that bad, blah, 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 No, we don't want that. I want X, Y, Z. There would be no progress in this world were it not for man's dissatisfaction with himself. Yes, I have always said that if we should be grateful for the things that are, we would all still be living in a cave, like, oh, thank God we have a cave, we can be in a cave. No, we want abundance. This world is abundant. I don't know, most spiders living in normal situation have an abundance of lives and live their lives, but on the other hand, most of us, we don't live life satisfactory. That's I don't believe that's our natural state. It is natural for us to seek a more beautiful personal life. It is right that we wish for greater understanding, greater health, greater security. Yes, I love that from Neville. Neville Goddard and meditation, the joyful art of persistence. Yes, persisting, being loyal to the state that we want to inhabit. All that meditation amounts to is a controlled imagination. Yes, that's true, I think. And a well-sustained attention. I have noticed, my friends, that my attention has very much improved. Simply hold the attention on a certain idea until it fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. The power of attention shows itself the sure guarantee of an inner force. Yes, I have felt that. Even though it's just 100 days or 130 days, I am starting to feel that. I am actually feeling that. So let's read that again. I think it's a very important quote. All that meditation amounts to is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention. A well-sustained attention. Simply hold the attention on a certain idea until it fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. The power of attention shows itself the sure guarantee of an inner force. Yes, in this situation, we clearly have to change the way we have been taught. We have been taught from a perspective of materialism, that matter is everything and thought doesn't matter, but I don't believe that to be the case anymore. I'm starting to believe that a little bit empirically, mostly intellectually for the moment. I don't know, guys, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but when I think about, let's say that I could believe 1000% when I have in my 3D reality what I want to experience, here. But it is clear to me that I have to experience that before in my imagination, before it fulfills itself on the outside, my friends. Ideas are impressed, this is from the feeling, this is the secret. Ideas are impressed on the subconscious through the medium of feeling. No idea can be impressed on the subconscious until it is felt. But once felt, be it good, bad, or different, it must be expressed. Feeling is the one and only medium through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. Therefore, man who does not control his feeling may easily impress the subconscious with undesirable states. By control of feeling is not meant restraint or suppression of your feeling, but rather the disciplining of self to imagine and entertain only such feeling as contributes to your happiness. Control of your feeling is all important to a full and happy life. So I'm trying to, when I imagine, I'm trying to use as much inner feelings as possible, like inner touch, inner smell, inner sight, inner hearing, That's what I'm training now to do. So Neville says, signs follow, they do not precede. So that's what I think it's meant when he says that we should first experience what we want to experience in our imagination. And only then, later, it will be expressed in the 3D. Because what we are will be expressed. What we impress will be expressed. As within, so without. So this oneism, that everything is one thing. Okay? So I hope this, I'm happy, let's just using assumption. I assume that this has made an impact on your life. I assume that you're happy the way this chat went. I don't believe it's the best one, but I assume that it has helped you in your life. And so until next time, I bless you, I bless me, I bless all of us. And my friends, let us go now into the silence and imagine wisely. Imagine what we want to have, to be, and let's make a future wish our present fact.